Hey there, ladies and germs, and everyone in between. My name is CoreCat13, and bad news strikes once again. So, once again, technology loves being a bitch, and the original commentary for this episode no longer exists. So, you get to have me, future Avery. Now, well, it's not really that much of a loss because the original commentary was just. It was garbage anyway. I was like. I don't know, I was kind of loopy that night. Plus, there was like barely any progress happening. But you may be asking a very legitimate question. Why the hell are we back in the Outer Sands? When we last left off in the Pastel Horizon. Well, that's because we've basically seen everything the Pastel Horizon has to offer, so we might as well just move on to the next location. Plus, the first part of the video before I edited it down was basically just a lot of meandering, so I just figured we'd just jump to the good stuff. And honestly, the level that we're about to head to is one of my favorite levels in the entire game, and is very much inspired by Dragon Quest, a game that I don't think gets enough love. God, I can't wait for Dragon Quest 1+2 HD 2D remake. It's so good. I want to get it. I mean, I have, not that you can see it, but I do have Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D on my shelf, so I gotta play that one. Because chronologically, it technically is like the first game in the entire timeline, so I should probably at least play it. I actually know basically nothing about Dragon Quest 3, other than the fact that it's technically like the first game in the Erdrick trilogy. Anyway, you are a giant child. I don't know why, but that disturbs me. Grr, there's treasure around here, I know it. I swear, I've looked everywhere. Forward, back, left, right, up, right. Yeah, everywhere. Oh, well, I just like looking at these nice... Nice what? Nice flowers? I mean, they are very nice. Oh, wow. Actually, that was a good guess. I was just like bullshitting there for a second. My cat is playing with a bag, as he is known to do. Yeah, fair warning, I got Ginny and Bo in here too, not. I think Bo is over in the window. He was actually sitting right next to me, but I don't know, he decided he wanted to go and do Bo things. Hello, tree. A dying tree stands silent. Well, we best not disturb the dead. Or dying in this case. Though unfortunately, we must interact with the dying, because if we don't, we can't go to the Dragon Quest level. That's a sin. Sir, you are twitching and that disturbs me. I wish to speak with you. That way you can be less creepy. The past is a fable, the future a dream, only the present exists. Is this correct? Yeah, that's kind of the gimmick here, is basically find the tree and just interact with them. And you'll get to see this nice existential crisis that they're all having. Kinda looks like they're about to dance. False! Falsehood! The present is but bitter spawn of past and future, a mix of memory and expectation, a pleasant cocoon against chaos and nothingness. In other words, entropy. Unfortunately, all must follow the second law of thermodynamics. If you don't, well then you just don't exist in this universe, and you probably exist in some other universe, in which case, hi, I don't know how you're watching this. That does actually make me wonder, like, considering the fact that there is supposed to be a roughly equal amount of matter and antimatter, if the theory that there are actually 3 dimensions of time and 3 dimensions of space, would that mean that there are multiple arrows of time? In which case, is there an antimatter universe going backwards in time from our perspective? That is both going backwards in time and yet coexisting right next to us in another dimension. I don't know, it's a curious thought. I really, really like these hills. There's just something about running around hills that's just really fun. It's one of the reasons why I like the Outer Sands so much. Just, it's such a pretty location. Probably should have read that dialogue, but I did not want to. Man, look at these graphics. I know I keep talking about the graphics, but damn, can you blame me? This is beautiful. Makes me want to go to the local park and just have a walk. Yeah, that guy I already talked to. That's kind of the challenging thing about these trees. They all look the same, so figuring out who is just... It's a bit of a chore. Although, at the very least, I know now that you're supposed to, you know, talk to the twitchy ones. And, you know, not just talk to them in a specific order. Because that's dumb. I wonder if Mars managed to, like... And these are just shower thoughts. I wonder if Mars... If it managed to retain its water or whatever... If it would have plants like that. I don't know. This NPC is very disturbing. This thing is actually probably one of the most famous NPCs in Anodyne 2. It is called the Desert NPC. That's literally all it's called. You actually do need to spark a connection with this... I'm not entirely sure what it is. In order to get one of the cards so that you can unlock the ending. Which, I probably mentioned it in an earlier video, but there are technically 2 endings to the game. You have to initiate the first one in order to initiate the second one. I'm not going to go into too much further detail. Hey Bo, what's up? Oh, Bobo. I love that kitty. He's so long. So handsome. He is currently deciding on whether or not to stay in the lower drawer that he's sitting in, or to move to a higher drawer. I don't know. At least we finally found our tree. I don't know why, but it kind of looks like these trees want to dance. Just the way that they're positioned kind of looks like they're about to, like, twirl or something. Like, you remember those NPCs in Deltarune? In Chapter 1, that just kind of pirouette all the time? Kind of reminds me of that. At least the general shape of them. Oh. Looks like this one's gonna let us spark a connection. Alright, let's do it! It's been a while since we've done this to an actual character. That means we get a wonderful minigame. Yeah, I remember when I was recording this, is like, I was so excited to actually just have one of these minigames again. I don't know, it's kind of weird that, like, when we went to the anemone thing, there was no minigame, and yet with this guy, there is a minigame. It confuses me. And now prepare for the stupid pose. I don't know why that pose makes me laugh so hard. Maybe it's just because it looks like she's T-posing. It just looks so stupid. By the way, no, I don't know why I would keep warping to the Nexus. This actually caught me a little off guard whenever I was initially recording this, because I didn't know that it warped us directly to the Nexus. I thought that it just took us to the Dragon Quest world. And then you would take the portals, and then they would be... My cats are playing, by the way. It would take you to the Nexus after you found the portals. But I guess I was wrong. And now we have a story. But in order to actually read the story, can you guess what you do? You must spark a connection. Yeah, it's kind of weird. This whole world is very strange, though I kind of like it. It basically, like I said, it plays like a mini Dragon Quest game, and it's very neat. Welcome to Fatam Nove, Armor of Destiny. We must press any button to continue. This music just sounds like an Atari 2600 trying to replicate an NES game. Alright, now we get a story. Once, there was a mighty king named Erithros, who ruled New the land. With wisdom and strength beneath his steady hand, the kingdom prospered, and he was loved by all. Well, that's nice. One day, the fearsome dragon, Lord Dustra, awoke from his... his toilet? He must have had some Taco Bell earlier. Oh, ancient slumber, well, that's lame. From the mouth of his cavern, he surveyed the kingdom and grew jealous of its happiness and wealth. As dragons are known to do, his mouth looked like a fucking hand there for a second. Lord Dustra flew to the castle and laid siege to it. Again, as dragons are known to do. He was mad that they gave him a bad burrito. Many brave what? Brave knights set out to slay Lord Dustra, but all of them perished. Grieved by the suffering of his people, King Erithros. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Don the armor of destiny and set out to face the dragon. Well, as long as it's not like the armor from freaking Moon. Y'all ever play that game? That armor is terrible. It wipes your mind. Oh, well, Sword of Purity. My god, that is the most Dragon Quest fucking item I have ever heard. Hi, Jenny. We have been visited by greatness, Mr. Jinjan. Let's see if he'll join me on the bed. Because I'm recording this on my stomach right now. I know I should probably be reading this wonderful story, but I mean, I have a cat right here, and he is wonderful. I must pay him homage. See, that's the greatness of post-commentary. Since I don't have my hands occupied by a controller, I can just pet my kitty. In all of his girth. Oh, come here. Oh, yes. And now I have a co-star. Hey, buddy. Oh man, that guy's had a better day. Ooh. Well, apparently Lord Dustra is freaking Medusa now. Or one of the other Gorgons. Yeah, I think you're seeing kind of the central theme here. All the characters are related to the circulatory system for some reason, and I don't know why. Let's go talk to the Queen. Hello, madam. I am the Queen. Do you say anything else? No? Well, okay then. Let's talk to your friend. Avery. Oh my god, that's dumb. I am the wizard Artery. With my magics... Oh, well. You know he's fancy because he's saying magics, not magic. Magics. With a KS. You know he's very fancy. I have summoned you here that you might fulfill something. Nova, you have heard our woeful tale. The many do not know when Lord Dustra flew off, so wounded was he that he dropped the armor of destiny piece by piece across New the land. Mayhap, the armor of destiny, once reunited in full, will. Oh, gotta take a breath. Will have the power to lift the curse upon Prince Luco, that he might defeat Lord Dustra once and for all, and restore peace to New the land. That is the most Dragon Quest fucking plot I've ever heard. It really does feel like an old NES RPG. I love it. There's just something special about old NES RPGs that are just rather amusing. That is rather unfortunate. This poor boy, he has been turned to stone. I like this place. I don't know why. I would totally sleep here. I guess because it kind of reminds me of Erdrick Castle in the first Dragon Quest game. I think it was Erdrick Castle. It could have been named something else. But it feels like almost the exact same layout, just without like the giant body of water inconspicuously placed in the middle of the fucking castle. And yes, you do in fact hear a cat purring. He's happy to be here. I feel like I'm holding a bobcat. I don't know why. Just the heft as Jenny. Feels like he's a bobcat. And I love it. Well, speaking of cats, hello there. I am the court jester. I play the fool. You're no fool, you're a cat. That means you're better than everybody else. For the amusement of the court. I bet you'd never guess that beneath this foolish facade lies a deep well of intellect. I have self-published 3 novels. Oh well. Aren't you just a very special kitty? For that, you get Nova hugs. The best kind of hugs. What do you have to say? Only nobles allowed in here. Oh, 1,000 pardons, Lady Nova. Artery told us to let you wander. Okay, that has to be a dig at old RPGs. Just like this entire level. Now you see why I like this level so much. It's a dig at old RPGs and just how pointless a lot of this crap is. With that staircase being like a core example of that. Like that stupid staircase. Okay, I can't be the only one that finds it particularly strange that staircases are just randomly dispersed throughout Dragon Quest world, and there's just no rhyme or reason to it. It just feels like they're just there. It was at this moment that I learned that there's a map system. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I felt kind of stupid that I didn't even know there was a map in this game. I really should have figured that out by now, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not very good at Zelda-likes. Part of it is just because I don't know. I always found like the worlds of Zelda-likes to be very confusing. Oh my god. I just remembered one of the things I talked about during the original video. Okay, so... and Jenny. I think he wants out real fast. Sorry about the random cut there. Had to let the cats out. I unlocked a wonderful warp zone. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I was actually watching my old Mario Sunshine playthrough, and I had mentioned a game called Sparklight that the stage in particular just kind of reminded me of the fact that I still have not played. Yeah, I still haven't played Sparklight, and it's been like 5 or 6 years since I made first mention of it. I'll get around to it, maybe. I don't know. Hello, bird. To the west of the castle is Big Slime's domain, a treacherous land where the Lord of Slimes lives. Well, how about that? It truly is a Zelda level. And by Zelda, I mean Dragon Quest. Honestly, this particular dock reminds me of Blossom Tales. That's another game that I need to fucking make. There are too many freaking games I need to beat. Though I can definitely say that there are games that I'm working through right now that have been on my hit list. One of them is a wonderful little retro throwback called Frogun. It's a 32-bit era style game that has you playing as this little girl and her frog gun hybrid thing, and your whole mission is just to I think your mission is to find her parents or something. But, you know, whatever the reason is, it's just an excuse to, you know, platform, as is per usual. Though, I will say, as simple and straight to the point as the game is, which I greatly appreciate, I do have some niggles with the game. Mainly when it comes to controlling the Frogun itself. Why on the Steam version is the Frogun mapped to B? Why isn't it mapped to X? That would make so much more sense. I found another portal. Oh my god. That doesn't even get into the issues I have with the camera. The damn camera system is a pain in the butt. It does not aim where you need it to, and just, it's so frustrating. Though, not frustrating enough for me not to want to beat it. I will admit that I spent, I think a good, like, maybe 2 hours or so on the game, and I'm already up to the second boss of the game. It's real fun, it's just, it's a little bit irritating. Kind of like this maze here. Yeah, this maze is basically the equivalent of a Lost Woods kind of section. Because, you know, every game has to have one. I mean, it's not bad. You can pretty easily figure out where things are. It's just kind of annoying. Just as annoying as me not figuring out, like, honestly, this is just going to be increasingly frustrating, because at this point I should have memorized where certain things are. Like, that one I just screwed up there, I should have figured out at that moment that it was the one on the right that takes me to where I need to go. And yet, because I was talking throughout this recording session, I ended up going to the wrong one. Now that one's understandable, because I hadn't gone there yet. The thing I'm about to make a really stupid mistake. Yep. Oh wait, no. That's not the stupid mistake. And that's not either. Yeah, there we go. There's just me figuring that out. Let's see a parrot down there. Parrots are cool. I actually found out they're actually one of the most intelligent birds on the planet, which makes it a little bit terrifying that they're capable of speech. Yeah. Look at that. I found the sword. I found the sword. Then I screwed up. Yeah, well, not that big a deal. Yeah, one of the coolest thing about parrots, they actually understand the concept of zero. Zero. Meaning they have a comprehension of nothing. That's a fairly complex topic. So honestly, I think, like, everyone talks about, like, cephalopods being the next major thing to take over the Earth after humans disappear. I don't know why I hit pause there. I think I was probably petting my cat. Probably should have cut that out, but I didn't, because why not? It's all part of the process. Gotta have that sniffle in there. But yeah, so, yep, that sniffle actually distracted me a little bit. The bottom line is basically, like, everyone talks about cephalopods possibly taking over the world. I have my money set on the fucking corvids and the parrots. The reign of the dinosaur shall revive. I want to see that freaking world. I want to see a world of corvids, man. See a world of corvids and freaking parrots. Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. How am I making that mistake now? I did hear that with video games, if you, like, play for long enough, you start making really stupid mistakes. And apparently this is one of them. Don't go in there. Don't go. And she went back in there. God damn it. Although, in all fairness, when you're playing, you're not really thinking about that. You're just trying to remember which route that you took. And that was like several rooms ago. You can imagine how people felt playing the Lost Woods. I like that all the sections here in New Zealand, I've been calling it New The Land, but no, it's New The Land. I like that it all has its own music. It's kind of neat. Get the sword. Get the sword. You want the sword. Will she figure it out? Find out next time on NSNBC. Look at that schnam. Man, I'm already running out of steam. This is crazy, man. Ah, well, I mean, it is 6:19 in the morning. I should probably be going to bed. But why would I do that? That's no fun. Oh, look at that. She figured it out. And she found a sword. Excellent. Everything is better with a sword. Alrighty. Well, that's actually a pretty big accomplishment there. I mean, we found a sword. And then I knocked over my microphone because I'm stupid. So, anyway, let's talk to this parrot real fast. That phrase is funny. Scientifically speaking, or... Oh, God. I was gonna do the whole outro thing, and then I forgot the thing with a parrot happened. Oh, God. Oh, God. This shit is stupid sometimes, man. Alright, there we go. Next time on Anodyne 2, we'll be back to live commentary, hopefully. Maybe, I don't know. Bye.